Hello, hello. How's it going, everybody? Think I figured out how to schedule a stream today? That's pretty cool. Alright, so we're going to be doing some best ball drafts today. Obviously, the big news of the day, Profar suspended for the year. Shocker. So, let's see. Let's get in this $1 draft on DraftKings. Feel free to join me if you guys want. Would be fun to draft together. And then we will go over Twitter news regarding spring training. And we'll go from there. And of course, we gotta look up our Profar exposure. So let's get in this draft. Just the $1 best ball draft on DraftKings. I like to use these to practice, and then we'll do a $20 draft after that, where we'll try to win 200K. So let's see here. Let's get in the queue, and then we'll go over the news. Alright, first let's look at my Profar exposure. I'm sure everybody's doing this today. Not bad at all. So I was drafting him at ADP to start the season, but I kind of started to fade him recently, thank God. But I was kind of hoping he didn't get in a $20 team, but I think I have him on one $20 team, so not ideal. But definitely could have been worse, and at least it wasn't a player that I was targeting. So curious to see how your guys' Profar exposure is. Wonder who had it the worst, but that's a tough one. I mean, they say that you are kind of likely to repeat. I've heard some analysts say that. I don't know, but I think it was the Sleeper and the Bus podcast that kind of predicted it last week. Kind of crazy. All right, let's get into Twitter. Let's see. I haven't streamed for a few days, so these are going to be a little backed up. So I'm going to have a lot of duplicates and old stuff, but clear it out. So Pete Alonso has hit as many home runs as he's struck out. Basically, Pete Alonso is locked in. I probably need to be targeting him a little bit more than I am. Seem to be drafting outfield around where he's going, so maybe today we'll draft a little bit more Alonso. McGonagall's been on an absolute tear. I know he homered in addition to this, but it's just Luis Severino, so maybe take it with a grain of salt, but still, McGonagall's probably going to be rising in ADP, so this might be the last chance to get him. Swanson homered. He's like basically free at the end of the drafts. Been taking a decent amount of him, probably should continue to do so. Brian Wu had a really nice outing. 4K, 10 whiffs, and 2.1 innings pitched. 9 of 10 whiffs came on the four-seamer and sweeper. Don't have a lot of Wu just because of where he goes in the drafts, but maybe I need to be drafting him when he falls to me. Here's the McGonagall first pitch homer. Clean. That's pretty sick though, against what is that? I'm not sure which team they're playing against, but it's pretty sick. Might need to draft him today just because of that. Arozarena had his, highest exit velocity? Am I reading that correctly? Yeah. Career high. We've been targeting him, so that's a really good sign. Talked about in a different stream how max exit velocity can be sticky. And a sign of potential breakout, so that's good. Maybe there's kind of a cluster of outfielders there, so maybe I'll bump him up a spot or two. Cade Horton had a nice couple innings, 3 scoreless, 3 Ks. We were already targeting him, so it's good to see. Nick Castellanos had a couple hard hit balls. Haven't been drafting him. He's basically free at the end of drafts, so maybe need to mix him in on some Padres teams. This is just another woo graphic. Yeah, just nasty stuff overall. Gotta find a way to mix them in, I guess. It's just another one on Cade Horton, Swanson. I think this was Mizorowski's first start. Hitting 100 in his first start. Haven't been drafting him too much. I probably need to mix him in. Sasaki had a rough outing. Fastball stat 98. Struggled to find the zone. Yeah, not a great outing for him. Haven't been drafting him much. He's just such a wild card still. Who knows? But he said like something was off with him this game, and of course he's gonna say that, right? Okay. But probably nothing there to like push him up the board for me yet. But we got to keep an eye on him. So this is Mizorowski's just top pitches. Well, this is all of MLB. But yeah. Max Fried, who's basically my favorite pitcher this year, tossed 3 scoreless innings, 1 hit, limited swing and miss, but you know we don't care about veterans in spring training too much. Just looking for health and velocity and looking for no red flags. Oh yeah, this is Stanton had a hard hit ball at 114 exit velocity. You know we've been avoiding him. Came out with that story saying he couldn't open a bag of chips. So I don't know how people are drafting him, but I guess this would be why. Man, he's so expensive. I don't know if I'll probably still be avoiding him, but that is a sign that he can still hit. All right. So it looks like we got pick 5 in our practice draft today. This is a $1 draft on DraftKings. You can still win 10K in it. That'll work. So pick 5, we're not going to do anything fancy. We just go ADP pretty much, for the most part, in the first round. We'll do that here. Okay, so let's keep going over the news. We'll make our first pick and finish up the news. So Grayson Rodriguez had a nice start. Slower slider.
Pick of the draft by the Orioles 14 years ago.
Slider elicited a 18% swing strike rate, 30%. So 3 slider whiffs came way outside the zone. He's just like a last round flyer, but I haven't taken him yet, but I mean if he looks healthy, he's probably a decent flyer at the end of drafts. Might be worth mixing him in. Alright, let's see if anything fancy happens in our draft real quick, and then we'll finish up the news. So Ohtani Judge. Been curious to see if Acuna moves ahead of Soto at all, because he's been off to such a hot start, but not here. Alright, looks like we just get Witt. Alright, let's get through some more news real quick while the draft comes back to us. Manzardo was the one who hit the Grand Slam off Sasaki, which you know we love to see. I've been taking a lot of Manzardo. He's probably one of my most drafted infielders. I mean, he's basically free at the end of the draft. But you love to see that. So Soderstrom's been tearing it up. And I've been drafting him, but I kind of want to target him a little more. I really like him, and I want to target as many A's as possible. That park is so tiny that they could all pop off on any given week. So I might make him a little bit more of a target than just, you know, drafting at ADP. McClanahan had his first outing. I saw his velo was down, but he kind of said going into it he was going to be at about 80% intensity, so it's probably not a massive concern yet, but that will be something to keep an eye on. We've been starting to draft him a bit, just 'cause I thought he might get a bump when he gets a start in, but probably won't change anything based on this. This was just some speculation about Paredes being traded to the Braves. What the Profar fallout means. Maybe Drake Baldwin gets more ABs, potentially DHing, or they could trade for somebody. But I feel like Isaac Paredes does need to get traded because I don't think he fits in the Astros lineup at this point. But, so just something to keep an eye on there. This was McClanahan again. Yeah, this was their tweet about maybe Drake Baldwin safer plate appearances. We got a Langford homer, which we're happy to see. He's one of our favorite targets in the second round, or third round. Durbin's been on fire. We like to take him at the end of the draft. So that's good to see. 5 hits. Oh, that was just a double off the wall there.
Third ahead of him. He sends this one high.
Start with an infielder. Obviously love Bobby Witt, but I really like to get 2 outfielders by my 3rd pick. So, and Churio is usually the latest one to fall, so we might have to reach for one. I don't think I'd really take Crochet here. Maybe if I had an outfielder in round 1. So let's see what outfielder is available. So it'll be Vlad or Jordan. I mean, I just feel so obligated to take an outfielder here, even though I like Vlad. So we'll do that. Especially now that Profar's out of the mix, just another solid outfielder that's removed. So might be even tighter on outfield now. So this, and even I should say I've been noticing more lately that I really like one infielder, one outfielder in the first 2 rounds. I had been going outfield, but I also like going outfield here, so and I don't really want to go 4 outfielders first, so the 1-and-1 just feels so easy to build around. So we'll keep that in mind for our $20 one later. But let's see. So Springer goes. That's pretty high for Springer. My favorite outfielders here are Roman Anthony and Langford. Roman's been moving up the board. I know he had a big homer today. I'm not sure. I must not have bookmarked that one. Okay, there goes Yamamoto. We probably weren't going to take him there. Okay, so I said I wanted to draft more Alonso. Just don't know about having 2 infielders this early. Because this pick, it used to be guaranteed, like, not guaranteed, but Suzuki was going around 44. But now Suzuki and Duran are both like 40, 41, so there's no guarantee that you're going to get an outfielder here at 44. So if I don't go outfielder here, then it could be like I could not have my second outfielder till like 53. So that's just why I feel, damn. Langford's been moving up the board as well. I don't love PCA. Honestly, I'd like to just go Bellinger over him, but I think for now I haven't been taking PCA a lot. I think we'll just take him here. Not super excited about it. I mean, if Bellinger was, yeah, I don't know. If Bellinger was healthy, I would take him over him, I think. What's the update on Bellinger? showed improvement, and the plan is for the outfielder to take batting practice Tuesday before rejoining the lineup Thursday. Yeah, I don't know what to do there. What outfielders do you guys like there when it's PCA? Because, man, these are my two targets, and they're moving way up the board. But after those two, I'd be curious to see who you guys like. PCA, Merrill, any of these guys, really. Riley Green, Buxton, Bellinger, Rosarina, Duran, Suzuki. That tier to me is such a toss-up. I don't really know what I want to do with that. Okay, well, it's good to mix in some PCA. I'm definitely nervous about his profile, though, with the strikeout rate and the really rough second half. I mean, I think he can be a fine player, but this is an expensive price tag. Steals should be legit. Should hopefully keep him afloat there, but, I mean, unless he ever gets on base, right? He had a rough BABIP last year. I mean, that's good to see, at least. Because I was thinking, like, that's impressive, 35 stolen bases with only a 4% walk rate and a 247 average. Alright, so Suzuki's still available. He's not going to fall. Outfield's just going to be pushed up even more now. But that's how we've been drafting, so... Like, at some point, I wonder if it'll make sense to pivot. And we'll have to try to pay attention to that. Like, already here, now that Suzuki's gone, I'm not going to be reaching for Ward. And we already have an infielder. This is a lot of the time where I take Brown. And, so, okay, there goes Brown. So I won't reach for Woo, but so we're pretty much locked into infield here. Could reach for Woo. I'd rather not, though, honestly. I'd rather, like, have him occasionally fall to me at 53. I think I'm okay with that. So we like both these guys. I'll take... Okay, we'll take Jazz. I might like Lindor more, but I think Jazz is fine for now. I don't have a lot of him yet, so... Alright, so pick 53. We'll see. Take Ward if he falls. Oh, the Yelich is already gone, so... I do think we should take one of these outfielders. It's tough to catch up on outfield once you fall behind. So it'd be third outfield, I would be cool with that. What else could we do here? Take Woo if he falls. I've been reaching for Fried when I already have, like if both the outfielders are gone, we'll flag him just in case. He's kind of like my pick for pitcher this year. That's just best pick, I think. Other than the late round guys, obviously. And then infield, I would not mind Lindor, Freeman, or Betts. It's kind of the end of a tier for me, but I really don't like going 3 infielders this early. There's going to be so much value throughout the draft. But these are stud infielders, so it's a tough pick here. Cruz goes, so we got some people getting their guys, which you love to see. Yeah, just, man. Are any of the, man, Devers is falling like a rock. I mean, he's injured, obviously, but I haven't drafted any of him, which has been awesome. But at some point, maybe I need to be. He was shut down for 2 to 4 days. That's like nothing. Okay. Yeah. I mean, Betts is like the end of the tier, and I do like the other guys more, Lindor and Freeman, so I think we're leaning to outfield over him. See if either of the outfielders are available. There goes Ward. Alright, so it would be Teoscar or Betts. Wu didn't make it, obviously. Could reach for Freed. We'll just go Teoscar. So, getting those 3 starting outfielders this early is really key for me. Makes the rest of the draft a lot easier. And filling up your infield so early just makes the rest of the draft tough. Because there's so many good infielders throughout the draft. So, alright, let's see what other news we missed. And let me know if I missed any news, important stuff. Here was, this was an interesting tweet about velo gains in spring training. Bryce Miller already got injured. We saw Imanaga the other day was up 2 miles per hour. Raggins is up. Weathers is up. I didn't see Raggins, so that's a new one for me. And I need to be drafting more of him anyways. I like him, I've been in on the other guys around there. Okay. Oh yeah, this is showing Cantillo's K percent versus K per 9. He's one of our late round dart throws, but doesn't mean too much yet. Here's the stuff leaderboards for yesterday. Hunter Green on here, Weathers, Yuri Perez, all targets of ours. I think Hunter Green had a bad outing, but it's good to see the stuff was there. And Lodolo on the list. Oh yeah, and then Matt McClain is absolutely on a tear. Need to be targeting him at the end of drafts. I have been over the last couple days. We'll see if his price goes up. 571 with 3 homers. This is a former top prospect who's been injured, so playing in Cincinnati, I love all those things. Sal Stewart's been on a tear. 102 mile per hour double. Now let's get back to the draft. Okay, so let's see where we're at. So definitely like to consider my first pitcher at this tier. Assuming one falls. Freed's our favorite option. Green and Peralta gone, so that leaves Gilbert and Raggins. We will take them in that order if they fall. Don't love the outfielders here. I'm okay with Happ, but I don't want to reach for him, especially when we have 3. I know he's a stack, but I don't reach for stacks early. Okay, really hoping Gilbert falls. Otherwise, maybe Nito. Could take McLean. Haven't taken much of him. I know he's a young stud, but I wonder if his price will fall with this news. He had, what, vertigo? Probably shouldn't fall. There goes Gilbert. So maybe we go Nito. He's probably going to get taken. Okay, he didn't. Who would be next? Like, what's our next pick? 77. I kind of want to, like... I think we pretty much have to go pitcher here. Nito's fine, but that's the 3rd infield. I mean, that's not terrible. Just take McLean. I don't have a lot of him. Don't love the pick. Maybe we can kind of look back and see what Nito would look like there. Nito's probably the better pick. Especially, I don't know. That was a value, but he was going like, what, pick 70 to 80 not too long ago, so I think his ADP is kind of still stabilizing, but that's probably the right spot for him. Right around there. What would you guys have done there, McLean or Nito, with 2 infielders, 0 pitchers? And then pick 77. So if I would have passed on pitcher. Maybe DeGrom would have made it back. I would have liked that. We won't pick him now, but okay. See, I like all of these infielders, and that's already my third fielder. Damn, I was hoping Soderstrom came back to us. He did not. It'll be interesting to see where Profar goes today. See who's paying attention and who's auto drafting. Could go Odell here. I kind of want to. I think that's a good pick here. His ADP could rise, kind of replacing Profar. I do like Vinny. I like all of these infielders, but again, it's our third infield spot, and I'm sure one will fall that we like. So I'm just going to take Adele. I could see Adele's price rising now. I've been wanting to start targeting him like aggressively anyways, so we will start doing that. Okay. Oh, Marsha. A little reach there. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 4. I'm curious where Cagliano. That's crazy. I think my last stream he was his ADP was like 112, so he's gone up over a round. I think that's a pretty good spot for him, like right next to Lyle. I think I'll take him ahead of Lyle, so maybe he could continue to rise. I think like 95 is about right. What's our pick here? But now that his price is more expensive, I probably don't need to be reaching for him on a 4 outfield team. I don't know, we'll see. Not sure, honestly. Okay. No one's fallen for Profar yet. Alright, so what do we need? Probably don't want the 5th outfielder unless like Cagliano falls to my next pick. Could go like Butler as well. I like him because he's an A. Don't love. I guess Bradish I like. I need to start mixing in Mizurowski. Probably don't have enough Pivetta. Oh, yeah, man, it's crazy how much the draft changes just so quickly. What the hell is this? Thought I paid for, oh my god, I'm not signed in after all that. Paid for the Fangraphs and I'm not even logged in. Wow, dude. This is like too accurate right here. Alright, what are we doing here? So maybe if I only had 3 outfielders, we'd go Cags here. I think we go infield. Pitcher would be fine. Nah, none of them fell. I'm going Ben Rice over these two. I just think that this is best ball and we need to be drafting for upside. And I just think he has easily the most upside out of those 3 guys. So that's how I'm drafting. Alright, so 101, we saw Cags go. I wouldn't mind Butler at 101 here. I like Terang. Langoliers just because he's an A. Should probably be considering my stacks at this point. I don't love these pitchers. Terang's fine, but again, I have my 3 starting infield. Any pitchers fall? Not really. I kind of like getting back in at Yuri. So to me, it's either Terang or Butler. And I think I'm leaning Butler. Let me log into Fangraphs so I don't get so many men's hair product ads in your guys' face. Is this even? Alright, there we go. Alright, no more ads. Man, I feel like that company should sponsor me. My receding hairline was like right next to the ad. That was impressive. Okay, let's see here. So, light on pitcher. Probably won't go outfield for a very long time unless there's an egregious value or something like that. And still need our first backup infielder, which, so I view like the starters and your first backup as very high value picks. And then once you get to like your fifth, it's more of a luxury, especially for infield. I guess I took a fifth outfielder there, but I think it's fine for outfield. Alright. So pitchers, I like Evaldi, Burns, Glasnow. Just leave it up there for now. Could go pitcher here. Kind of like reaching for Burns. There goes Evaldi. What's our next pick? Because we're on the short end here, right? Yeah, so 125. Yeah, I wouldn't really want to reach for King. There's two guys here. There's three guys here I like. Probably go Burns. It's another one of my favorite breakout pitchers. I know that's not surprising to anyone. He's a very highly touted recruit, or prospect, I should say. But again, we're drafting for upside, and this guy is the definition of upside, so want to kind of target him like we were targeting Cags before he made the jump. Burns' first start was nasty, and if he has another one like that, I could see him rising. Although I feel like around Glasnow is pretty fair. So next pick we'll go Glasnow or, well, pretty much all of the infielders I like are gone except for Wilson. We'll go Glasnow or Wilson. Don't really want to get our sixth outfielder here, even though I like Grisham here. Okay, there he goes. That's good. So we'll get one of our two guys. I think I prefer the hitter here, even though we're pretty light on pitching. I think we go hitter here and then really hammer pitching over the next several rounds. Although I do like Murakami and Okamoto as well. But I'll go with Jacob Wilson. He's one of my favorite players this year in that minor league ballpark. All right. So now it's time to hammer pitching. Also, I should say that fourth infielder there, being someone that we like, and as a stack with Butler, that could open up an 8-6-6 build, which makes a lot of sense with how we have drafted pitching. Let's just flag some more pitchers that we like. Just tag some guys we like, just in case they fall. kind of want to get some Marte. I haven't drafted him much. So we're at 2, 4, 5. Definitely screams an 8-6-6 build. You know, if we would have went Glass now over Wilson, maybe it would have been a 7-7-6 build. But with our only 2 pitchers being McLean and Burns, both young guys with the potential to throw not a lot of innings, we definitely need to build out a deep pitching staff here. So definitely going to go 8. And we will be reaching for guys if we need to. And Snell does not really fit this team, I don't think. So probably just go Cabrera if he's available. Okay, that's good. I'm impressed that no one's taken Profar. Good job, guys. Even in the $1 streets. I don't understand how the auto drafters aren't drafting him, honestly. I don't get that. Unless they, yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know. You can probably exclude guys on there, maybe? I don't know. Never done it. Okay. So we're gonna go pitcher again, pretty much no matter what. I do like Murakami, but doesn't really fit the build with how light we are at pitching, so I think I'll go PPO over Imai. On this team, he's a little safer for innings. I might just like him at overall a little bit more, but I'm cool with either. Okay, I thought that was PPO, but we're cool with either of these guys. Okay, go PPO. Alright, so pitching staff is looking a little better. Got the young upside arms. I mean, a Cabrera is also an upside arm, and then PPO should be a little more steady than the other 3. Okay. So now is when the pitching, to me that's the end of a tier after Bybee. Now it'll be a lot tougher. This might be a good draft to kind of take some guys that I haven't taken a lot of, like Flaherty. I just need innings on this team, so these guys might be okay. Bubic is coming off an injury, so maybe he doesn't fit that mold. 4 hits, no walks. Yada yada, struck out 3. What was this? Man, I wouldn't mind seeing like some of the advanced analytics on his start. Oh, it was a long time ago. So we might just do some ADP drafting here. I like these 2 guys. I like Rasmussen, Imanaga, Nola, Baz. Alright, let's see. So, what do we need? We need 1 more outfielder. Not desperate, though. That might even be our last pick. 2 more infielders. Don't want to wait too long. I like Barger and Walker. It's a little bit of a reach, though. Let's see. Bubic, Flaherty. Let's see what Eno thinks of these guys. Bubic, 64. 58. I like to reference Eno Saris's rankings. He's the GOAT. Okay, so for me, it's either Barger or Flaherty. This is a tough one. I think we probably need the innings. Also, we have two infielders that we like here, so maybe one will come back. I realize we have also more pitchers coming back. I think we kind of want the innings here. Nah, fuck it. We want the hitter. I like getting Barger in an 8-6-6 build here. And there's... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Flaherty was the right pick. But, we shall see. 63. Okay. Especially if, like, both of these two guys go. If I get Flaherty or Sheehan back, I think that was a fine pick. If not, I may have to reach for a pitcher I like Rasmussen. Wouldn't mind Walker as well. But I think I need to be disciplined and go pitcher. It's hard to pass up on like one of your guys when they fall to you at ADP. There's Flaherty. Well, we'll get Sheehan. He's not really an innings guy, but should be fine. This is just an illness, I believe. Yeah, illness. It's weird that he's been sick since the start of camp, though. That's a... You're just getting ramped up. Okay. Well, we'll take Sheehan. I mean, his price used to be like 200, but none of these guys are super exciting. There's a couple here that maybe should go ahead of him, but we'll see. He fits an 8-pitcher team as well. As long as we get one of these guys on the way back, I think we'll be fine. Like if we get Nola, he'd be our good innings guy. And if we don't, could be in trouble. But that's why we're going to go 8 pitchers. I think after these 2 picks, we'll queue up for the $20 contest. Here goes Rasmussen. I think Nola's still available. It'll be interesting to review this draft. This was a unique draft for me, for sure. Here goes Nola. Alright. Let's see, we have McLean, Burns, Cabrera, PPO, Sheehan. Alright. Maybe they should have been like pitcher. Instead of Barger. I mean, especially there's there's even more infielders now. I mean, McGonigal, McLean, Sal Stewart. Yeah, I think that's the answer. This is why we do the practice draft. I think we are really okay waiting a long time on infielder. Oh, what's his injury? What? Oh, Priester's already injured. That's not great. I mean, at this point, though, all of these pitchers are dart throws to me, so we'll just take Christian Walker at 15 pick value. Alright, so we're going to be done with infield, which is kind of sad because there's so many exciting guys, so I need to remember that next draft. I mean, I said it from round, 2, 3? But I think Barger was probably the wrong pick, and we just need to remember that. There's a lot of exciting infielders right now. Like all these guys, Weatherholt, Swanson, Baldwin, all have good news about them. Okay, so 3 pitchers and 1 outfielder. I was gonna say I kind of like drafting Doyle when I have the 5 good outfielders, because you should be able to like kind of withstand his injury, hopefully. Priesters injured. Mize is an option. Weathers. I think I like going Mize here. He's a little more safe for innings, I feel like, which this team desperately needs. Compared to some of these other guys like Weathers, who knows how many innings he can go. So we'll go Mize. He at least had like a full year, healthy. He's still pretty young. Good ballpark. He feels like a nice fit on this team, based on my other pitchers. Like I don't necessarily need to get upside, which it's kind of backwards. I like to go for upside late, but definitely don't need upside with McLean, Burns, and Cabrera. All right, what outfield do we want to go? I should have tagged my stack hitters at some point, but let's try to do it. Eyeball it. So Houston. Yeah, I haven't drafted much Cole. The other guy, I've been drafting Condon quite a bit lately. Just because, I mean, well, Doyle's already injured, so he has a way in. I think if DeLauder's available, we should take him, even though there's no stack there. Who else? Do you guys like any of these outfielders late? Benj, Beavers, Cam Smith. I think DeLauder is a little bit of step above all these guys, just having the for sure locked in role to start the year. He's already off to a hot start, so he'd probably be my next pick. Otherwise, we'll probably just go like last round Condon. I don't know how to say his name yet. Condon. All right. Yeah, there goes DeLauder. Yeah, the thing about like Castellanos, he's not a bad pick, right? If it's more like if you need just the floor, I don't think that's what I need. I like going upside this late, but all right, so we're done infield. Yeah, see, McGonagall's not even getting jumped up yet. Neither of these guys are. So next draft, we wait on outfield. Please remind me. I've been drafting a little bit of Holiday, but man, this is even later than I've seen him go, so I think kind of makes sense, though. Alright, so we know we're going pitcher since our last outfielder went. I have seen Condon being drafted. Kind of thought he wouldn't be, but okay, so pitcher. We'll go with Weathers. I don't mind Weathers or Ponce. So I'll just go with the highest ADP in hopes we get them both. Alright, let's go ahead and queue up for that $20 draft just to make sure we don't miss one and get stuck waiting. So this is the DraftKings MLB Best Ball. It's the $20 draft. I think it's their biggest prize total one. This one right here. So if you guys want to join me, let's get in that draft. You can win $200,000, which is pretty sick. It's not as big as the football one, but not too shabby. So let's go ahead and get in the queue for that one. I think I'm just going to do 2 drafts today. Maybe I'll get back up to 3 tomorrow, but it's hard to find time. Okay. So they took Ponce. Maybe we go with Condon here since he's our last outfielder that we like. Could go Cam Smith on a Alvarez team. I kind of just like Condon here. I wish I could say his name. What the hell is his name? Condo. thought they had a pronunciation on here. I guess not. I'll just call him Kondo. Okay, so no more outfield, just one dart throw pitcher. This could be a Grayson Rodriguez one. Is Ashcraft still available? Ashcraft is one of my favorite ones. Bryce Miller was, but I drafted him a ton, and he's injured. I think a few streams back we said, oh, his velo's up 2 miles per hour, so he's either going to need Tommy John or he's going to be a Cy Young finalist. And it's looking not great. But I think it was just a side issue, right? Yeah. So he just shut down for 5 days, but he's probably going to miss opening day. It's just tough drafting an already injured pitcher, to be honest. So maybe we'll try to switch it up. We'll go Ashcraft if he's available. And maybe Grayson Rodriguez if not. Getting a lot of my sleepers from Eno Saris with his new Stuff Plus model, which is pretty sick. Measures like your actual arsenal. Like the velocity, your pitch movement, how it tunnels, stuff like that. So it's pretty sick stat. And I know he likes Ashcraft a lot, so I'm on board. It's pretty much simple as that sometimes. I'm not going to pretend like I can out-analyze Saris. Okay. So, having said that, though, I would like to mix in a random assortment of these pitchers, because obviously I'm not for sure Ashcraft is going to be the best. But I don't know. I can never get myself to do it. Yeah, Profar made it the whole draft. I'm honestly impressed. I did not expect that. I guess these auto drafters are actually setting rankings and stuff, which is interesting. I don't get the point, but to me, the favorite part is doing the draft. It's like, why not just buy a lottery ticket? Okay. I mean, that's why I do $1 draft, right? I'm trying to get as many drafts in as I can without going bankrupt. Alright. If this one takes a while, we can still finish up the Twitter news. We'll do a quick recap of this draft. So, I need to remember to go back to this screen more often for you guys. It's way more appealing to watch. So McGonigal went 209, McLean 215. I think these guys will be drafted in every draft now. Manzardo still 230. That's good for us. All right, we'll just take Ashcraft. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. Let me know which picks you liked, which picks you didn't like. So we got, I like to start with outfield. So outfield is going to be Yordan Alvarez, PCA, Teoscar Hernandez, backed up by Joe Adell, Lawrence Butler, and our boy Kondo. So 3 studs. Teoscar's close enough. Yeah, PCA is just going to be so up and down. I mean, that's why I'm glad we got Butler as the 5th outfield. I definitely don't regret this Butler pick, even though it was our 5th outfielder. So that feels good. If we have time, we'll look at Butler, because I kind of like him this year after looking at him a little more. Anyway, so then infield, we got Bobby Witt, Jazz Chisholm, and Ben Rice. God, I'm so stupid. I didn't even realize I had the stack. I gotta lock in here. But so nice little Yankee stack there, backed up by Jacob Wilson, Barger, and Christian Walker. It's really strong infield. You got the upside with Witt, Chisholm, and Rice, and then just solid players with Walker and Barger. I think Wilson has some good upside as well in that park. And the pitching staff, probably the weak point, but that's why we went 8. McLean, Burns, Cabrera, all high upside pitchers, backed up by PPO, Sheehan, Mize, Weathers, Ashcraft. So pitching feels a little light. I still kind of think Barger was the wrong pick. Even I think I needed to go 2 pitchers here. Maybe like Flaherty. Yeah, Flaherty, Sheehan would have been nice. And then just any of those late infielders would have been fine. So I think in the future that's what we'll try to do. But not a bad draft. And like even so, like if this was Gilbert, this team would feel a little better as well, because I always end up going so light on pitching. That's why I like the more proven pitchers here and then go for upside later with my pitchers. But McLean's just a little unproven for me. But that's why I don't have a lot of them. Alright. Well, that was fun. Any other weird builds here? Not really. I was the only one who went 8-6-6. Going 6 pitchers scares me. Just because of the structure of the tournament. And best ball, you know, puts in your best pitcher, so and hitter, but pitching's so up and down, it can be affected by 2-start weeks. Like you could easily have a week where Mize outscores, you know, Crochet when Mize has a 2-star week. But I doubt you're going to find many weeks when like Walker outscores Kurtz or Vlad. Alright, so let's finish up the Twitter news. This looks like it's filling up pretty fast. Where we are going to try to win $200,000 in this $20 contest. Alright, what Twitter news did we miss here? Valdez had a nice outing. We're already targeting him. Although I haven't been drafting pitcher in that his range much. I could see a team where he's an SP1. I could see drafting that. Maybe we try that in a $1 draft tomorrow or something. But I do like Valdez this year. Here's just some more spring training notes. Beavers went 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. Basalo went 2 for 2 with a double. So all the Orioles crushed it. Kierstad went 3 for 3 with a double. I haven't drafted him yet. The Orioles are just tough to tell who's going to be starting. Saw some people drafting Kobe Mayo as well. Connor Griffin we know about. Not really worried about these other 2 guys. This was Soderstrom's first spring training homer off Michael King.
Laureano goes back, and that ball is gone. There's Tyler Soderstrom's first home run of this spring, and the A's are up 2-0 early against Mike.
This Cody Ponce had a pretty good outing. 2 innings, 2 strikeouts, 1 run allowed. These graphics are so cool that they have now. That release point is just crazy. Being so consistent. Alright. So Tatis moving to middle of batting order. Thought this was slightly interesting, especially for just like best ball versus regular fantasy. So I feel like for regular fantasy, you probably want him leading off for more steals, whereas in best ball, you don't really care about steals specifically, more just about points. So not a big deal there, but just something to think about for your redraft leagues. Hey, here's our boy Barger with a long grand slam. So make our last pick feel a little better.
And Barger launches this one. It is fair, and it is way gone.
So I do like Barger. I'll continue to draft him, just need to find my spots better. Will Warren's disastrous split showing up already, so he's struggling against lefties already. We haven't been drafting him, but it's just another player to keep an eye on. Bryson Stott stays hot. He's hitting 625 with a 2,000 OPS. Man, I haven't drafted a lot of him, but I want to draft him here and there. I think Eno picked him as a breakout as well. Alright, we get our draft and we get another Acuna team. I have gotten so much Acuna this year, but I am okay with that. He is, yeah. My exposure is, I've gotten the second pick like 5 times out of over 100 drafts, so if I were you, you should bet Aaron Judge for MVP because I'm getting blocked out of him. But alright, here we go. Time to win $200,000. Let's focus up. Gonna get rid of that Twitter tab because we need to focus here. So we're just go Soto or Acuna. Gonna load this draft on my phone so I don't get lagged out. Alright, so we got Acuna. No hesitation there. Already off to a hot start. And we love Acuna. Okay, let's see if anything fancy happens. Tucker went early. That won't impact us, though. So, we have our outfielder, which means we have 21, 28. So like I said earlier, let me think this through. I was going to say I like going outfield, infield, because it allows this pick, because this pick's going to be outfield. Like 99% of the time for me. Now 45, you used to be able to get Suzuki or pretty much Suzuki. But his ADP is 40 now. He doesn't fall to 45 very often. So what I'm considering is 3 outfielders to start. And for that pick 45, we could either go Brown. Could maybe go Woo if Brown's already gone. Or kind of that same range, Jazz, Olsen, Lindor. I still like Lindor. See his update. Good catch. Yada yada. Alright, let's watch the board here. Anything else fancy? Not really. Tucker won a few picks early. That pushed all the other guys back 1 pick pretty much. And then everyone else, I think, was ADP there. Churio, that's a little bit of a reach, but I like Churio a lot, so I get it. Maybe like Ellie. Carroll. Okay. Infield, so definitely if one of the infielders falls, like I think we saw Vlad fall to us last draft, I will take them. This will be a very much more open-ended pick, I guess. Can go a lot of different directions. There go both the pitchers, so it's crazy how often this happens. I don't understand it. If it's just like where the guy gets Skubal and Crochet. I personally don't get it, but it happens a ton. Like I'm fading these pitchers just like a pick or two. But I would never go to both of them. But anyways, okay. So Vlad could be very interesting. Otherwise, damn, yeah, he went. So I think we'll just go outfield. But starting to go Rooker over Wood. Wood feels a little risky, but I like him too. It's not, I don't really have much to knock him. I'm just going to go Rooker, get my A's. Vlad would have been fun there, but this guy went infield. So we will be going 3 outfielders. Only way I would regret that is if Suzuki falls to 45. And again, I don't think that will happen, especially in the $20 drafts where people have been moving outfield up the board. So we will just go with the 3 outfielders. Could have considered like Alonso there. Might be a little unique too. Alonso and then one of my outfielders that I like. Damn. So hoping for Anthony, but you know our other outfielder. Let's hope he is available. I'm not drafting Caminero at the moment. Okay, there goes Yamamoto. So here's the board here. Let me know who you guys would pick to go with Acuna, Rooker. So we have Caminero, Riley Green, Langford. You guys know my favorite outfielder here is Langford. And I'm still... I'd like to mix in Caminero, but I'd like his ADP to fall a little bit. Maybe as the outfielders move up, he will drop. But we'll see. So yeah, maybe like around 30, you can start taking him. But okay. So we aren't lacking on outfield. You know we love that. So unless... I mean, if Suzuki does fall, I probably will take him anyways. It's not my favorite team construction, but he's just such a valuable asset. But this is a really strong outfield. Obviously. Alright, let's see what the double pitcher guy goes. It's George Springer. At least he is now going outfield. That's what I would do. So Bellinger really didn't end up falling much. There was like that one day when we were drafting, he was going like 40 to 42. We took him, I think, twice that day maybe. So I think that was the right move. Just about that little one-day dip. He's already kind of back up to 31. I think I like a Rosarina more than Springer and Buxton. What does Underdog have? I'm curious. 31, 45. Yeah, so does Underdog does as well. It's hard to like come up with a strategy for that, because do I just start taking him over Buxton and Springer? That means I'll have 0 Buxton Springer. But it's not a bad thing. Alright, so we're kind of hoping the outfielders don't fall. Yeah, it's just Suzuki left. There's almost no way that this whole row does not take an infielder. So my dog is losing her mind. I don't know if you guys can hear that. We would definitely take Sanchez. I think Brown is an option here. Turner falls. I'm okay with that. Jazz falls. So damn, Suzuki is still available. There's just no way, right? Yeah, there's no way. Okay. So that makes our 3 outfield start feel quite nice, actually. I think it goes from being bad to being nice if you don't get an outfield here. So 45. There goes Brown as well, so no pitcher. So it's gonna be infield or Woo. I think we go infield here. I don't really have a problem with that. What about so Lindor or Harper? Curious to see what an underdog has right now. 29 still. That's crazy. I mean, I get it. I think we go Lindor. I'm okay with that. Do you guys see anything else you would do? Could see Woo, but I don't mind waiting on pitcher. And maybe Woo would fall to us at the next round, 52. But Lindor feels like a nice pick because you have to remember this contest has been open for months, and he was going in the early second or early third round. So half of the contest, or maybe like a quarter, has Lindor up here, and I get him around late. So this build was not available for a quarter of the contest. So that's nice. And we have to remember the payouts all in the playoffs when Lindor should be healthy. So I'm really hoping for Woo here. This would be a nice spot to get him. This guy already has a pitcher. You need an outfielder. You need Yelich. You need him. Okay, sweet. All right, I like this. So we're gonna take Woo here as our SP1. Really like the start of this draft so far. Sometimes I find myself reaching for Fried here, but getting Woo at a discount, I love that pick. I love the start, honestly. This is a great start. So, what was I going to say? Yeah, so when we do have the 3 outfielder here, we could have gone 4th outfielder there. That would have been fine. With Yelich, but maybe that would have been a good play. But I like getting Woo here. I don't have him a lot. He just had a very nice start, so his price could rise a little bit. Maybe not, though. He's already pretty expensive. But also getting the 4th outfielder this early just makes it so you can't be very flexible. Because, like, we wanted to target Adele. You know, we wouldn't really be able to do that if we already had 4. We want to get Cags when we can. So, really like the start so far. I rarely see Woo fall, so, like, I've been reaching for Fried, like, over here. Alright, so now we can pretty much go any direction, which is what you love to see. So we'll kind of just see who falls in ADP. The only pitcher I'll consider here would be Fried. Otherwise, probably looking infield, maybe Soderstrom to go with Rooker at 69. I would like that. Should probably go Nito and Perdomo and Suarez ahead of him. Just because the ADP difference is so big, it would also make for a pretty unique team. And then, don't love these outfielders, so I think we keep waiting. Hap's fine. Trout's fine. But kind of will most likely wait on outfield till I see a value. For now. So Fried, I'll tag him just in case. I'll tag Raggins just in case. I prefer just one pitcher in this tier, and then stacking up a bunch in the middle tiers. Goes Raggins. There's no way Fried falls, right? There's just no way. This guy has 4 pitchers, so that's not what I would have done. Could Fried fall? No way, right? This guy's 0 pitchers. He'd probably take him. These guys passed on Fried the first time. Damn, all these pitchers. There could be some value here then. Maybe we like Soderstrom. It'd be tough to pass up these 3, though. One of these 3. Suarez, Fried, Nito. They're all ahead of... There goes Happ. Wow, we're going to have a decision to make here. I think Soderstrom's a outfielder here, right? Yeah, so you can't really compare to underdog with Soderstrom. There goes Suarez. Wow, this is crazy. I mean, we have to go Fried, right? He's like our favorite pitcher at a 10-pick discount. I really like going Fried here. If I didn't have an infielder, I'd be tempted to just take an infielder. But since we got Lindor, I mean, how many teams will have Wu and Fried and Lindor? All right, we like that. So almost certainly going to be a 7-7-6 build. We know we've already said we like a ton of infielders late. It's another reason I feel okay going Fried there. And we'll see what infielders fall. Maybe one of these will fall to us. I like Riley as well. Any of these outfielders? Ooh, and Adele. This will be a tough one if Adele's there. That'll be our 4th outfielder. I really like Adele. I think it's got to be like this order. I don't think I should pass on Nato at a round of value. I mean, I like him as well. And these guys are reaching like crazy, which is fun. Cag's at 72. Isn't that crazy? I mean, we were saying just a few days ago to draft as many as you could, and now he's 40 picks higher in this one. So still don't know what I'm going to do here. Nito or Adele? Damn. I think we just kind of follow ADP here. Would have liked Soderstrom, but man. It is still value as well. This is like an up and coming player with is not really falling anymore, but okay, we'll take it. Because you're trying to stack to like get value, but you also get value if a guy falls around, you know. And we were thinking about him over Fried, so yeah, there goes Adele. Would have been nice to get Adele, honestly. But that's okay. I hate how their game log is gone now. It used to show last year's game log, which was fun. But maybe passing on Adele was right because we did go 3 outfielders to start. So I think if there was a draft to do that, it would be this one. But having said that, I do like to have my 4th outfielder by pick 100. So maybe this is Butler again. And 93 can be another infielder, maybe Ben Rice or Bush or... So this is shaping up to be a just fine draft. And we won't dip into pitching unless there's an egregious value again. But most likely I'm looking to get back in maybe by Burns. Especially when you have the 2 studs like this. you just need to fill one spot. So I would really like high upside pitchers, obviously. But so probably not Eovaldi unless he falls. But like Perez at value or maybe Burns at ADP would be fine. What do you guys think of the team so far here? So we got 2-2-3. Still need the third infield starter, so probably gonna go infield outfield. Okay, anything else fancy there? Abrams, Bregman, the infielders are getting picked up here. Oh, he wouldn't fall, would he? Soderstrom. I doubt it. I'll go crazy if he does. This guy's gonna pick him. He has 0 infielders. Just pick another pitcher, man. No, he's gonna... What? Okay. These guys have... There he goes. So, the guy with 3 infielders takes him. Too bad. That would have been fun, man. If we would have got Soderstrom at 93 on a stack, A's stack. Or I guess that root career team is their only stack, but... Damn. Almost. Okay. So we'll still get Ben Rice here. Could go Langoliers for the stack. I just feel like in baseball it's just not as important as just pure player takes in some scenarios. I just like Rice more than Langoliers. So we'll take him. And then... So I'd love to go Butler here. Otherwise maybe Langoliers will make it back. Still need our first bench hitter for both positions. I'd like to go outfield first, but if Butler gets taken, I don't love the other guys. Kirby's a good pick, but I'd like to wait longer on pitching. So I would love one of the A's here. That would be nice. Let's see what happens. Okay, it was 2 rings, so we'll get one of the A's. That's nice. This guy's 2 outfielders. He's going to take Butler. Nice. Okay, so we get Butler. Back-to-back 2020 seasons. He's still a young player playing in a minor league ballpark. Why is he day-to-day? Oh my god. I feel like I should have known that. It's okay. Knees. I'm gonna be honest, I did not know this is given a... Alright. Should be ready to go on opening day. Okay. So, that's good to know. Good to know. Let's look at his profile, though. He's still young. He's fine. So they have him batting 7th in a platoon. Not great, but Colby Thomas is his platoon mate. Not that scary. He's 25 years old, so still very young. Coming off back-to-back, basically 2020 seasons. This was a shortened season, so only 18 steals, but basically 2020. Had a 130 WRC plus, and you're telling me he was injured last year with a 96 and a 2020 season? I mean, we're drafting for upside. We're drafting for the playoffs. He should be ready for opening day. I think it's a fine pick. Like, what other of these guys? I kind of like Grisham because of the power and leading off for the Yankees, but we'll see how it works out. So we got our 4th outfield. We like that. Still want to get a strong 4th infielder, but we know from last draft that infield is very deep, even deeper than we thought, I think. So, don't need to rush on infielder. What pitchers are next? Perez already went. Would like, maybe we go Burns or Glass now next. I pick 117. Certainly if Goodman falls, wouldn't mind Wilson to keep drafting some A's here. And we did go Acuna, so it's probably too late. Maybe like Drake Baldwin late would be fine. Don't mind Paez as well. It's the 5th outfielder. I don't mind waiting a little longer on outfield with their pretty strong start, but don't have to. I think we would take Goodman if he fell 19 picks. Let's see what these teams need in between our picks. There goes Goodman. Would have been fun, but yeah, they have a lot of pitchers already. This guy needs infield. I like taking Paez when he falls. I like taking Burns. So, I think I'm gonna go Burns. Could be the wrong pick here though. We're pretty strong at pitching, so we could go Paez, the 5th outfielder. We'll go Burns. And then I'd like to go Jacob Wilson. But if he's gone, we'll just take... Well, we're okay with any of these 3, which is one of the reasons I went pitcher. I think Paez was a good pick as well. I'm trying to be a little less aggressive on outfield. Just a little bit. Still, yeah, 3 infielders, so... Would really like one of these 2 guys. Would prefer Wilson for the stack, but Garcia's a good pick as well. I like him. Don't really think I want to go Adolis. It's been getting some hype. Okay. So we will go Jacob Wilson. That's pretty exciting. Man, I'm getting a lot of them. But, nice little A stack there. So we're at 3-4-4. So we'll probably chill on infield for a while. Can consider these guys if they fall. Let's go ahead and tag our stacked batters. I've been getting lazy with that, but I think it's actually pretty helpful. So we got the A's, we got the Braves, we got the A's, Rangers, A's, Rangers, Braves, Yankees, Angels, Mets. Okay. And then we'll tag their hitters just to remind us that this is when I want to be stacking. Even though I kind of hate all of these players, so I try to remind myself to stack, and then I'd say I hate that player, and then I don't stack. So. Let's tag some pitchers we like. Snell does fit on this team, I think, when we have the two aces. But we will only be going 7 pitchers. It's fine. Alright, let me get back to the board. Sorry. Can we zoom in on this? That looks better. You guys can probably read that a little better now. So Garcia felt at 130. I'm surprised his ADP hasn't dropped. Not because he's a bad player, but I see him fall like so often. There's Murakami, which is where. Let's see. So it's Cruz's injury. He's fine. What about Cruz or Moniak? What does Underdog have? Cruz 116, Moniak. Wow, not even close. That is crazy to me. Oh, I would like Marte. So I think I'm going Cruz. We still need our 5th outfielder. This is another upside pick. We'll just go ahead and take him. Got a little bit of value there. And then this is the area I like to take a lot of pitchers in. I love this tier. But do we go Okamoto here? I think we could. Could also go Moniak as well. But maybe not. I don't hate it. Okamoto. Let's see. Let's try to remember back. Last draft, we said there's a ton of infielders we like at the end. So I'm going to try to follow that. And I'm going to try to go pitcher or outfield here. So, do we want Snell or PPO? Or Moniak? There goes Snell. I guess we go pitcher. There goes Horton as well, so that's another one that we like that's gone. I think we just go PPO. I wouldn't mind Moniak here. As what was that? Would that be? That'd be 6th outfielder. Could be fine, but we'll take PPO. I love this tier. Even though we have 2 strong pitchers, you just can't have too many with the way this contest works. 2 start weeks are massive. So just having these quality arms in the middle of the drafts, they just seem so valuable. So I think that was a good pick. Wu, Fried, Burns, PPO. So now you kind of view it as like Wu, Fried, PPO, and then Burns is going to pop here and there with his upside. I wonder if I should have considered Castillo there since I have Wu to go with 2 Seattle pitchers. Do you guys try to stack pitching teams? I think there could be something to it. Not that it's like mandatory, but I think you're more likely to get a 2-start week from at least one of them. So but I just passed up Castillo for PPO. So there is that. Anything weird happening across the draft here? This guy's got 3 pitchers. That looks a little light. This guy's got 3 pitchers, 2 injury-prone guys, and DeGrom. It's a little scary. So we have 4, 4, 5. Both of our bench outfielders are... Well, Cruz is already a little injured. He's coming off surgery. So the bench is a little light. I wouldn't mind... I guess I'm thinking if I should wait till the last round to get an outfielder, or maybe take one who might have a little bit more assured playing time. I mean, of course, I would take Moniak. I would take Abreu as well, I think. Maybe Friedel? Let's go ahead and tag some of our infielders that we like. Sheehan. Don't think I want to reach for either of these pitchers, so this will be probably highest ADP hitter here. Let's see what happens. Really hoping for Moniak. That'd be pretty sick. These guys need outfielders. Yeah, these 2 do. Alright. Reach for Sheehan there. Okay, this guy's 5 outfielders. Come on, give us Moniak. Sweet. Wow, so we get Moniak 23 picks later. We will take that. I think Contreras is a great pick here as well, but I wanted a 6th outfielder who could produce, and this fits the bill. So that will finish up our outfield. I like it a lot. He's an upside guy who's going to play all year. Kind of fills in nicely with our 2 injured guys that we took. Injured / inconsistent. And now there's going to be a ton of infielders. We already know that. We can pretty much be done with outfield. That feels good, because these guys are all massive question marks. Let's just get rid of them. Okay. So, love both these infielders. That would be what? Infield 5? That would feel quite good. I would consider these pitchers again, but I think we go infield here. Still need 3 more. And, man, Chapman falls so much. What about Chapman versus Barger? What do you guys like? 111? Jeez, look at that. That is insane. I mean, I guess we'll take him. I like Barger, but I don't know. Do I just go Barger? Go Chapman. Should be fine. Maybe Lindor misses a week or 2 and he's just a nice floor pick at value. I mean, for me, it's kind of important to do that here and there rather than just always taking my guy. Otherwise, I'll just have 100% Barger and 0% Chapman, and Barger will get hurt, and there goes that. So we need to remember that I'm not going to be 100% on my player takes. So mixing in guys you aren't targeting when they fall is key for me. Alright. So it's pitcher, infielder, the rest of the way. Let's check out the board. So 3 pitchers, 2 infielders. I would love to get like Nola or Imanaga. And then we can maybe jump back to infield. However, I think if Sal Stewart's available, I think we might just take him. Just gonna tag some more guys. Tovar is now a stack. McGonigal, McLean are just gonna be skyrocketing up the board, I think. Can you imagine if McGonigal, if they announce he's gonna be on the opening day roster? It's gonna jump way up, I'd imagine. Like, why wouldn't he be near Connor Griffin? Although, I mean, I think this is overpriced, but. GPO's our fourth pitcher. Pitching is pretty light. I really want to get, like, Nola, just another nice kind of baseline pitcher. Give us some innings. Swanson. As much as I'd love to reach for Stewart, I have to get Imanaga or Nola. Burger is a stack that we like. I want to get some Royce Lewis. So he's fine now. There goes Sal anyways. Yeah, he's been rising up the board a lot. It makes sense. So I like Nola, I think. Okay, perfect. Alright. Nola feels really good here. So we're just gonna do 2 more pitchers, 2 more infielders. None of these guys really stand out to me, so almost certainly we'll go infield. Might start reaching for guys here, like Simeon. Simeon is a stack, but it's with another infielder. It would just be at value. I think he hit a homer this spring already. Where does Underdog have him? 154. Wow. Like, I'd rather just go Tovar McLean, I feel like. God, I keep clicking this, and I wish it would show last year's stats. It's like pointless to click it now. So I think we'll reach for the exciting guys here. Here goes Simeon anyways, make it easy on me. Kinda want McLean. I know Tovar is a stack though. I just think McLean's gonna go earlier. Tovar hasn't really done anything yet. So let's just take him. And then let's queue up some dart throw pitchers here. I kind of consider all these guys in the same tier. So doesn't matter too much who we get. Maybe I should take Miller and like 8 pitcher teams. So I do like him, but it's just hard to draft him right now. There's other guys who are not injured. Shut down. Maybe if we get a good update in a week or 2, I can start drafting him again. I don't know. Okay, so I would go... I think we might as well take our infielder that we like then. Probably go Tovar then McGonigal. Nah, maybe we'll go McGonigal. In a vacuum, I'd go McGonigal, but I do have the stack with Moniak at a nice price too. I don't know what I'm gonna find here, but 21. 19 and 10 last year. The 305 average. Jeez, 182 WRC plus. Alright, this guy might be the truth. Should probably mix him in. Oh, I guess I did find something there. Also, it's not a bad team to take him. We're pretty deep on infield, so if he does start the year in the minors, this team can definitely withstand that. So I like Tovar, McGonigal. Shit, there's also Stott, Manzardo. I love all these guys. There he goes. Yeah. Not too surprised. Maybe I should have went with him over McLean. Too bad. I need to mix him in a few times, but so I do like Mize as more of guaranteed innings than the other dart throws. Do I need that with Nola, PPO? Not really. So just take the Tovar for the stack. Not super exciting, but I mean, it's a Colorado player hitting leadoff. Tovar actually had like a 25 homer season or something like that. 26, like I never would have guessed that. So he has some upside. It's not like he has no pop. 26 is no joke. And he was injured for some of last year. Oh my god, he had a horrible year last year. Jeez. But this is why we draft him. If it ever updates. Oh, add. Sign me out again? Oh, come on, guys. There we go. Tovar projected hit second in Colorado. It's pretty much as simple as that. Shortstop. Should play every day. Kinda it is what it is. Alright. There goes Mize. We're done with infield, right? So just, yeah, 2 more pitchers. Okay. I really like Ponce the most out of these guys. I think I'm gonna go Ponce. Took Weathers last draft. Go Ponce this draft. And we'll see who falls. So, alright, well, we're just going to be drafting one more pitcher here. So, we're going to start to wrap it up here. I think I'll stream again tomorrow, either doing 2 or 3 drafts. It's hard to get 3 drafts in, but we'll do a couple more tomorrow. Let me queue up our last pitcher. Let me know what you guys thought of the teams of the draft. What were some good picks, some bad picks? Who am I missing that I need to be drafting? Would love to hear those things. Otherwise, let's do a quick recap and then we'll call it. Let me just queue up another pitcher just in case. Fuck it, we'll go Miller with another Seattle pitcher as well. And just in case. Okay. Alright, so the $20 draft. Can this win 200K? You tell me. So, outfielders are Acuna, Rooker, Langford. Absolute studs. Backed up by Butler, Cruz, and Moniak. 3 young players with upside. We like that. Infield is Lindor, Nito, and Rice. Backed up by Jacob Wilson, Chapman, McLean, and Tovar. And the pitching staff is Wu and Freed, which seems super unique to pair with, without reaching, basically. So Wu and Freed, the two studs. And then the third spot, we have Burns, high upside, PPO, a little safer, Nola, good innings, Ponce, and one other dart throw. So let me know what you guys think of the teams. Thanks for joining me, and I will be back tomorrow for a few more drafts. But what do you think? Did we win the 200K today?